So in this lecture, we are going to discuss about some specific domains. So till now, we see that the polynomial kernel. We see already the polynomial kernel, and also we see in general purpose. We see the RBF kernel. That's just before of this lecture we are discussed about RBF kernel. So this is simply a general purpose kernel. This is simply a general purpose kernel. We have seen this thing. Okay, and it is similar also. It is a similar also KNN. But because of time complexity, runtime complexity, here we can avoid, don't use KNN, and we are using simple RBF. Okay, example, if you just think the kernel tick is, so we are using the polynomial kernel tick, RBF kernel tick. So this kernel tick, this kind of kernel tick, it's same is as features transformations in logistic regressions. If you, we are already discussed this, just I'm revisit this thing in again. So this thing is same as the features transformations, as same as the logistic regressions. In logistic regression, if you remember, this thing is same as the uh, features transformation. Okay, and this features transformation, we see that this features transformation depend on our domain knowledge. Okay, how much we are know about the specificity of our domain. If we just simply, if you just taking the diabetes data sets, we are, I think you have to know about the details of the diabetes, how, from where this data is generated, and what kind of patients are participated to generate this data, and in which specific region this data is collected. This kind of specific domain knowledge you have to know. You have to know that domain specific knowledge. Okay, you have to know, and as well as this is the art of the mathematics. This is the main art of our literature of our mathematics. How to engineering your feature, how to transform your features to you have to use a proper mathematical function. So this is the simple like art for mathematics. So if you just remember, I'm so also discussed in 1990s to in 1990s to early 2000s, in 1990s to early 2000s. So this in this decade, this period, in this decade, our RBF kernel is so popular. This kernel tree is so popular because the scientists, the mathematicians, and by simple using some domain specific public, they are actually together build some specific kind of kernel. Okay, they are simply build some specific kind of kernel. So simple by in general purpose, if we use the, if we have don't know anything of domain specific knowledge, then in general purpose it is okay, it is our last hand of things. Okay, but if we know the some features of our data, if we know some source of our data, some knowledge of our data, then we can use the simple specific kind of data sets. And now just if we some simply go to our simple Google, then you can easily see, just if you just see, if you just simple type string kernel. Okay, if you just simple type string kernel, then easily you can visualize here the string kernel is mainly used in our text classification data. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so this kind of here actually this string kernels, just if you interested to learn it, then you can easily find it on Wikipedia. And it's simple, you just see this research paper. This research paper is mainly, this string kernel is mainly developed for text classification purpose. If we have a requirement to classify the text data, then simple using the RBF, I think the text, this the string kernel is better choice of all. Just see, it is simply, it's a 2002 paper, and the citation is of this paper is 1757, that is 1757 about. Okay, this is not a small number. So this is paper is so popular paper for our text classifications. Okay, simple. Similarly, if we search, similarly, if a genome for gene, so gene classifications, if you simple search the genome kernels. Okay, samples are genome kernels. Okay, then here also you can see, then here also the some genome for specific purpose of gene classifications, here some classification, some kernel also developed. Okay, so in just see, so kernel based whole genome, kernel based whole genome prediction complete. Just see this paper. Okay, it is simple a 2014 paper, can easily find, and citation is 102. It is so, it is also a most important paper. So also there is some, so for a specific stacks we have some specific kernel. So if we know the our actually, you if you know some details of our data set, so why not we are using this specific kernel, why we are using simple RPF? So this is the main important thing. So this kind of example, if you just see, this kind of data sets mainly used in bioinformatics. Bioinformatics. This kind of technique are used in bioinformatics. Bioinformatics is nothing, means in this subject actually we are using our simple computer techniques, computer algorithms, some beauty of our ML algorithms in simple biological problem. Okay, in biological complex problem we are simple our computer techniques. This is the most important subject area in nowadays. Okay, in the machine learning thing, this is the most important area, how a biological problem is handled, biological complex problem, how it is handled through our machine learning of algorithms. Okay, and another kind of kernel, if you see, another is the graph based kernel. Okay, graph based. Okay, graph based kernel, you just see this kind of, if you are interested, you can go from here Wikipedia. I think Wikipedia main source of to learn something about the, to learn something, Wikipedia is the most popular one. I prefer Wikipedia to learn something from here. Okay, for a suppose for friend, suppose if you just think friend recommendations in Facebook or Twitter. Okay, they are simple. If you just you are want to recommended the friend list to some profile, simple they can use to here using without using the radial basis function. Simple we can use to a graph based kernel. It is they are in such scenario, this kernel, this kind of kernel is more popular. Okay, this kind of, this the structure of the kernel is like that. I'm not going the details for ACE kernel. So it is the not non this actually this in this series is not for only the kernel. I'm just giving the concept of the SVM. Okay, how the behind the math is working. If you just want to expert, so specifically in SVM, I just suggest you please go through one by one. Just I'm giving this, just I'm showing some research paper, you can read it and just go to the reference section, just read this paper. I think then you can learn most of the things about the SVM. Okay, this is something graph SVM, this is like something is that it is a directed, if you had undirected, so such kind of this thing. Okay, I'm not going to discuss this kind of. Okay, simple, if we just conclude the specific thing, so the features transformation talks, the features transformation is the main hard part of our machine learning. This is the main hard part and most hard part as well as most beautiful part. Most beautiful and is an art of our whole machine learning. This is a most hard part as well as most beautiful. I mostly like this kind of techniques in mathematics. Okay, since I am a simply a mathematics student, I like this kind of mathematical problem. Okay, the most hard part in ML. So also I am not here discuss about some avoiding some kernel that using some log function. Here in some time we have seen that in x square, just if you just remember this kind of data set. Okay, one kind of data set is like that, and another kind of data set is like that. Then simple we are using here x square kernel features transformations. And also they have this kind of x sine x e to the power x sine x. Also we have seen in sine kernel sine functions as features transformation in logarithm regression. And just see this kind of data set. If you just we see that this kind of data set, if we have, you know, this kind of data set, if we have this kind of pattern, we see that for this kind of pattern data set we are using the sine functions, and this kind of data set we are using the x square function. And also they have many kind of, that is exponential, logarithms, tangent, various kind of. Okay, so mainly the thing is depend on our situations. This depend on our data set. This depend on our knowledge of our data set. This is the main beautiful. I mostly like this kind of thing in mathematics. This is the more art part. This is the more beautiful. How to design a data set, how to handle the situation, how to visualize this data set from different angles. If you just see in different one angle, just if you just you think it is a so small, so complex data, but if you just change your directions of visualizations, you can easily see how easy it is. Okay, so just it is simply art part of our machine learning. Thank you.